Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 643. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
Hey yo.
and Tony Korkodakis.
Yo. Is it?
Welcome,
Are you
guys.
sure it's 6:40? Okay, yeah, 6:43.
Yeah, I do my homework.
YouTube is wrong though.
Oh wait, oops.
I
Okay,
thought it was
I
6:42
I have-
last week.
maybe iTunes is incorrect because I looked. That was my homework, real quick, was to look on iTunes before I started the
No,
button.
we definitely have 2 weeks of
Um,
6:41 in a row.
Yeah, no,
on
it's
YouTube.
643. I got it right.
I know. I'm
What I
telling
put
you,
on- what I put on
YouTube
the
is
old
wrong.
YouTube.
It's 6:41 on YouTube
You're
twice in a
muted,
row.
Tony.
You're muted, Tony.
But it should be 6:43.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, it should be 6:40. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got
Yep,
you now.
we can hear
What
you
was
now.
on YouTube?
There's 2 weeks of 6:41 in a row. So
Oh, that's where.
Oh, that'll do it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to fix that one.
That'll do it.
Where were we?
intro.
Nowhere. Beginning.
We didn't get anywhere.
We didn't get anywhere. Welcome, everybody. It's a minute.
Numbering, man. You can't count this high.
Yeah, we all.
When we're this high, it's harder to count.
Yeah. So, welcome, listeners and viewers. We're live streaming on Twitch Tuesday night starting at 8 o'clock. Please join us. Movie casts, game casts. Last week, Tony and I did our own little spoiler cast for Super Mario. Hope you guys checked that out. So let's get into what we've been up to. Did anybody else watch it yet? Corey, did you get to the
Tomorrow, I saw it. Yeah, I saw my kid at a birthday party at the movie theater, which is a thing nowadays.
Oh, nice.
And
Hey, that's cool though. That's awesome.
yeah, so they got to run around and watch the movie. So
Nice.
yeah, it's Mario. I mean, I think you guys pretty much said it last week. I don't think it had any like profound like significance as far as they try to insert messages or anything like that, but it was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. You weren't the biggest Mario fan, obviously. You're more of the Sega guy. But like on that side of things, Sonic movie versus the Mario movie, what do you consider
I mean,
better?
they're different things.
I
Yeah,
guess. I mean, I guess, but like if I had to like. I think Mario pulled off like the nostalgia and the references far better than Sonic, but that's not taking anything away from the Sonic movie that was very good, obviously. Anyways,
Well,
on its
and
own.
again, like Sonic pulled in like people and was not necessarily playing towards the game.
Yeah.
Sonic,
I mean, this
where he was trying-
pulled in plenty of people that are not Mario fans, because I mean, everybody's seen it. Like so many people have seen this movie. It's
No,
crazy.
okay. What I meant by what Sonic was doing was they're bringing Sonic to the real world. I mean, it didn't really happen too much where Sonic was in the real world. It happened a few times, but
Sonic 2006.
like you didn't have live action people is what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Like, this was a fully animated movie the entire time.
Yeah.
Sonic was an animated character, and obviously Tails,
Kids-
Knuckles, and the sequels and stuff. But
Yeah. Kids had fun for it, so
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
I liked it.
Cool.
Did they ask when the sequel's happening?
You guys stay for
they did want more, but
you guys stay for the post credits.
well, yeah, we had to clean up everything. So,
Oh, okay. So you got to see it.
so
that's
yeah, Bryce was very happy to say like, "Oh, I saw Yoshi."
Awesome. So cool. Anything else, Corey?
Yeah, I also got to see the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh, cool. How was it?
That was fantastic. Like
Really?
that, like talk about like pulling stuff from nostalgia stuff as well. Like they nailed that. They got great acting for the parts that they were doing. Like everything was kind of like slapsticky as well that needed to
Okay.
be, and then fantasy fun in places that needed to be. And it wasn't it wasn't necessarily, oh, we're gonna make a board game slash RPG thing into a movie. It was just more like they're using that setting to make a movie with characters within that setting. And so yeah, they did a very good job. I like that movie a lot more than I like Mario.
Really? Okay. I have to check it out. So it'd be interesting. I'm definitely want to see that movie. So I don't think I would make it to the theaters to see it at this point, because I'm guessing it's going to be out on streaming pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But
Did not do well.
No. Unfortunately, it didn't. And I've heard it's a great movie though. So I've heard all good things. All good things.
It was very, very good.
So, yeah. Talking about
Also, Saw John Wick as well.
Oh, you saw John Wick.
How many movies did you see, dude? The
Jesus,
fuck?
Did
I
you
don't know.
really?
You know.
Did you spend a whole day there?
Catch up. No, I did not see. I did not see every movie on the same day.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like it. I don't know.
Well, the whole week.
This reminds me of the time in the summer when I was a kid. They had dollar movies at the Ledgewood Theater, the Sakasana Theater. I remember my parents dropped us off, and we were there all day.
Yeah, I know people that have done that. Where they just go into one. They schedule it out so they know like, exactly when to leave movies to get to other movies and stuff. It's crazy. But yeah, I saw that and thoroughly enjoyed it. And saying like it's a little longer than it needs to be.
Right?
Sure.
Right? Like the final like staircase. I was like, no, dude. I was like, no. I was like,
It's
no.
not bad, but it didn't need to be there. And like there's like definitely moments where like you're sitting for a minute, it's like that minute could get cut here and a minute could get cut there, like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and it's like, yeah, we could definitely get to 30 minutes easy without losing anything.
It's not, there's nothing glaringly overdone. It's just
like I don't necessarily like, you know, for me, Batman I felt was fine. Like I didn't think the length was bad. I know you guys didn't like it, but here like I was like, it's fine, but I could see where we could cut like so much more. Like it did not need to be this long.
Make it concise, right? Make it concise.
It's just like because you're kind of repeating yourself a little bit.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing is like, I feel it's kind of similar in my criticism where it's like, okay, this is obviously gonna be the ending, and it's like, no, it's another like new sequence. And I was like, and I'm just like looking at my watch. I'm like, okay, yeah, we got like another 30 minutes, and it's like, my God, bro, like it's like Lord of the Rings problem. It's like you have 3 endings. It's like, all right, I'll just watch them all, I guess. But yeah, no, John Wick is doing well. I think it's the highest for the franchise so far. So
it's they want to make more, so we'll see.
Oh yeah,
and they're gonna do spin-offs, like we said. We're gonna have definitely the ballerina.
I'm okay with giving John Wick a rest for a little bit. I don't mind the spin-offs, but
yeah, we don't need necessarily his character anymore. I think they did a good job with. You know,
it feels like the whole series takes place in the matter of like what 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
3 weeks, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. So, all right, cool. Yeah, I watched The Mandalorian, the second to last episodes for this season. The finale is tomorrow for this season. Crazy enough. Yeah. So, I gotta keep reminding myself tomorrow morning not to go on Twitter to make sure that I don't see anything spoiled for it. So I'll probably watch that pretty early. The second to last episode I thought was pretty good. Obviously they took a long time to get the direction they want to go. There's a lot of people this year that don't like this season, and I'm like, I mean, listen, was Andor's season better? Sure, absolutely it was, but there's nothing wrong with The Mandalorian. It's a good show still. It doesn't take anything away from it. It's just,
I kind of disagree.
You think there's some? What's your problems with this season?
I feel like this season is just kind of like what I said about season 2, where it's like it's not so much Mandalorian and Grogu. It's
they also got away. They got away from the Western. I know that's not
right. They got away from the Western. They got away from the central characters, which okay, to a degree I get. But by now in the 3rd season, I feel like all these other characters have more like I don't know presence or importance or storylines than those 2 do, and I'm just like I don't give a shit. Like honestly, like. To me, it was like fine having Bo-Katan like 1 episode or 2 episodes last season, but like this whole season has been about her. I hate her. I hate her as a character, and I hate how they're trying to portray her as heroic figure. And I was like, she did a lot of bad shit, Filoni, like in your show. So
yeah, that's true.
This is weird. This is really weird, man. Like,
yeah,
and it played out exactly like I thought it was. It's like, oh, Amanda's gonna loosen up his moral restrictions. And she's gonna come more religious and blah blah blah. It's like, okay, cool. I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just not excited. I feel like, and it's one of those things where because I know we're having that Filoni-verse movie now. Like it's just very apparent. It's like, okay, well, season 3 absolutely was just, hey, let's build towards that.
This up, yeah.
Got it. I can't argue that. I'm enjoying the stories we're getting, but it feels more like it's been like separate episodes instead of one overarching story. It's been, I forget what you call that, but everything's kind of been episodic. Yes. Okay. There you go. That's what we'll go with. You're right. So very blatant term. Yes. Episodic. This season has been more that way than all of the other seasons. It feels like everything's more
procedural.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, like,
it's self-contained.
there's
Self-contained.
yeah. I'm a episode behind. I've watched through 6. I didn't see 7 yet. But I caught up like a little bit because I was a few behind. We saw like 2 this week, and the last one. So that last one I saw was the cameo episode, which everyone hated, I think, from what I gathered online. But I thought it was fun. I didn't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't super tied to everything else until the end, but I don't know. I think while it certainly is more episodic and segmented so far, although they're trying to, I see them tying things together at this point already. I do think, the individual episodes are fun. The things, and it has good, like variety in the environments more than I think the previous seasons did.
Yeah.
It's a good looking show this season. Like there's a lot going on visually.
Yeah,
It's
definitely does
funny.
that.
It's making me more ready for the Jedi Survivor game. I'm like, oh, I want to
Wow.
play some like cityscape areas in this universe more now.
Your mind would be blown by Andor if you watched that.
Yes,
That's right.
you'd like Andor. You talking about you just literally describe what they give you in Andor. Mandalorian, I feel like took a lot of those ideas that they saw and put that into this season.
All right.
There was some new scenery. And it's funny because it's a prequel show, but that's what you get. And yeah, so I don't know. I thought this episode's fine. I'm looking forward to this.
No, the episodes are fine. It's just the whole point of the season where it's like, why do we start the season and then where we're going? And maybe the finale changes things up in a unexpected way, but I'm not really counting on that.
Well,
where I'm just kind of like, shrug, like, okay, I guess. And I don't expect much to get resolved tomorrow. Like I'm just expecting cliffhanger into watch the movie in 3 or 4 years, maybe 5. Who knows? I don't know.
The thing about Bo-Katan is I don't have any baggage with her. This series is the first of me knowing anything about her. That said, I still don't really trust her.
You should.
I'm waiting for her to turn at any minute. I'm kind of surprised by the time that I've watched at least through 6. It hasn't happened yet. But I don't know. It seems okay. Again, it feels like to me like the finale of the show kind of was the end of season 2, and we're just like in an epilogue almost at this point.
Yeah.
There's sort of this that.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what we get. Other thing I watched. I'm going to make a statement. Corey reminded me of this while he was talking about movies that, like the Dungeons and Dragons movie, how it worked with its quirkiness and everything like that. I will die on this hill. I watched Speed Race the movie again. That is a good movie. That is a good movie. I'll die on this hill.
Okay. I actually saw something else.
Movie. That's an underrated movie, Speed Racer.
Okay.
The Wachowskis did a fantastic job bringing an anime into a live action, and they brought it straight. Like they really captured what the anime would have. I just love the visuals they put in that movie. Sure, there's some cheesiness, but Corey, like as you mentioned, it works in certain things, and it worked in that movie very well. I really enjoy that movie. Like again, like I understand people hate it, but I'm like I find it very good. So I watched that again.
That's fun. I mean, I just don't see how that movie's worse than the last Matrix, which just
it's I don't know.
Definitely not worse.
It looks so good.
What could
visually it looks so good. But yeah. Anyways, that's I think of note for me. That's it. Corey, I'm sorry, Mike. What else did you say you watched?
One more thing, and I actually want to mention because you guys may like it, judging by you guys all revere The Office. And Ashley found this show, I think, with The Office's producers actually made it. It's on, I think, like Freebie or Freevee TV, whatever. It's called Jury Duty, and it's like, let's say it's like imagine a mockumentary style thing with The Office, except one person in the show is a real person who thinks it's real jury duty. So it's got like a sort of reality spin, but
like the Truman Show.
A little bit. Everyone is an actor, including James Marsden, who plays himself. well, not really himself. He really kind of plays the Michael Scotty type of douchey guy in this. But he's playing like a version of himself. And there's one guy who is not an actor, who thinks he's in jury duty, and they like where they would film them like talking afterwards, which apparently would never happen in real life because they don't do that.
No,
but
not supposed to
he doesn't know that. So it's very interesting. It's actually I think there's supposed to be 8 episodes. They're like half hours. The last 2 episodes are coming out, I think, in a week or so. So we went through the whole thing except for the ones that are out. And if you like The Office with a little reality twist, that's kind of how this feels. Pretty funny that way. And the only thing, every now and then there is like a little layer of it taking you out of it when you see characters doing stuff where the main guy, the non-actor, isn't present. Because then you're like, oh, this is just for us. That's okay. Because everything else is just like, oh, it's for him. He can see it. And I'm sure this guy's going to get like major main character syndrome from this because everyone asks for him for help, or he's pulled everywhere, or all the things happen like when he's there and never anywhere else, which is pretty funny. But it's very interesting, and I liked it more than I expected, based on the premise. So, jury duty. Give it a look if you want.
Sounds good. All right, Tony.
Let's see. I watched It, the remake, part 1. Fantastic. That was really good. That was. Excellent, I wish I had seen that actually in theaters when it came out. I forget why I didn't see it, but that was really good. I'd never even seen the original. I just kind of knew about it through horror osmosis, I guess.
Yeah.
But this was really good. I was actually surprised at the child actors that they got for this movie. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you had the one kid from Stranger Things, but the rest of the cast, they were all really good. Kind of creepy though, with a couple of the scenes with the girl, whatever her name was. I forget off the top of my head, but like I was like,
oh yeah, there was. I forgot about that. With the father. The father.
Well, both with the father and like the pharmacist. I was like, like she's a teenager, like. Yeah. Like she just called you Clark Kent, and you're saying that she looks like Lois Lane. That's fucking creepy, dude. Like really creepy. Yeah. But apparently it got worse in the books. I don't know what the fuck. I guess Stephen King was on drugs when he wrote it. I don't know. But, yeah.
When was he not?
I mean, part 2... are you going to check out part 2?
I'll probably check out part 2, yeah. I heard it's not as good, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, I think the charm is not there as much.
Because they're grown up, right?
Yeah. But they did a casting-wise fantastic job.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I'll watch that. And then...
I think the girl that's in... the child actor in... It was in Dungeons and Dragons also.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Cool.
And I did see something else. What the hell was it? I'm watching Gundam Season 2 started up and stuff like that. So nice. That's been kicking it up. You get some, what do I want to say? Almost Evangelion vibes with some of the things that are happening. I'm just like, oh shit, like, okay, like, yeah. Just... it's interesting.
What's the name of that one again?
The Witch from
Gundam.
Yeah, Gundam Witch from Mercury.
Okay, I haven't watched a Gundam in a long time, so.
Yeah, I mean it's good. The nice thing is like they introduced some plot points in this episode, and I was like, oh my god, like we're gonna like have to like wait for like half a season to figure it. And like no, it just happens, and like it's like oh shit, okay, like I appreciate this. Like you're not milking this out. You're not being like, wow, when are they gonna find out, or how are they gonna find out? It's just like oh shit, okay. So cool. That's good too. And then I think Demon Slayer started up. I haven't seen it yet, so probably for next week.
Okay, let's get into some news. Let's start off with the box office, which was a smash hit for Super Mario Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers. That would be an interesting movie.
I meant to say a smash hit for a reason, and then I botched it. I botched it. Anyways, Super Mario Brothers, $92.3 million, which is only a 36.9% drop.
That's insane. Like that, and I think even the international drop is only like 20-something%, if I remember correctly. But
ridiculous. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's impressive. It's like I said, it's taking the world by the world by storm. So it has done.
Should we say? I know you guys did not like Cranky Kong's voice, and I think because you're reaction to it. Like when I saw it, I was like, it's fine. Like I
Oh,
don't
okay.
mind it.
It tempered your
Like,
expectations enough.
Yeah. But I was like, I could see. He's just doing the same. That guy, Fred Armisen's.
I just think he
he's
could do
doing
better
weird.
himself. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it was
no,
probably
like-
direction, but it was probably
No,
because I
it's-
was expecting Pratt and Rogan to just be like the worst ones, and then that one just kind of like caught me by surprise. You know, it's like, oh,
It doesn't really fit the body type. Either.
no. But I think yesterday it should hit 700 million worldwide. So
Yeah.
it still has to open
There
up
it
in
is.
Japan and Korea. So
Do you think 1 point? Do you think you do 1.2, 1.3?
yeah,
I mean, we could go higher than that at this point. I mean, we're at
I don't know.
2 weeks and it's
I
already
don't know.
7.
Yeah, and it needs Japan's. When does it open in Japan?
Golden Week. So that'll be hopefully pretty good.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
We'll see about that one, and then we'll see. That'll tell us how far it's going to
drop
go.
off wasn't big at all. I mean,
No.
compared to
Yeah, I mean Japan is kind of like the
Again,
X factor here because I mean if it performs like Frozen, which it did I think over 100 million, maybe 200 million in Japan.
and it should.
It's really good. But I mean the thing is if you look at some of their other elimination things, they barely cracked even 40 or 50 million. So depends on how it performs. If it
Wait, so
performs
what
well,
did Pikachu do there?
nothing, like very little.
Really? That was really poor market
Yeah.
for it. Okay, I mean we'll see.
I mean, it's also like you're getting more shows too, so you're more chances for people to go see it. So
Right.
Yeah,
it's not like John Wick in 4 hours.
that's the thing I was going to mention. Watchability. We've mentioned it on this podcast so many times. This movie,
3
is,
times.
because of the hour and a half time, it is super watchable. Like you can go back and see it. As much times kids can go back and see it. It's like a quick movie for them. That's the draw for this, and that's why the drop off is so good. So we'll see what happens next week too. I mean, if it continues to hold like this, yeah, I mean the sky's the limit. So, yeah, highest grossing video game movie of all time.
Yeah, it could be the highest grossing animated. I think it's got to beat dethrone Incredibles 2.
Is it Incredibles 2?
I think Incredibles 2 is actually over
I have to look
Frozen
it-
2.
I gotta look that up now, but it's gonna be close. I know that Frozen 2, I know is gonna be close. If you look at the numbers, it's gonna be close. So it's gotta be all in that ballpark.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, it's impressive. I'm happy for it because maybe it gives us that Zelda movie we always wanted.
I'm telling you now, like by the end of the year, we're going to hear so many companies that are being like, "Oh, we got the rights for this. We got the rights for this. We got the rights for this." Because
No, I mean, like, especially getting a strong start to the year with Last of Us and then Mario, it's like, oh wait, that was also a video game, and this is a video game. Okay, well,
yeah, between those two things,
video
it's
game
like,
IPs.
Yep.
Here we come.
I can. Oh,
The same thing happened with comic book movies. They all sucked, and then
yeah, exactly. Just had
started getting better.
Had to have stuff that was doing it good, and then it's like, oh, cool. I did forget to mention. So that was it. So my brother and I were hanging out the one night, and before we watched it, we were just like flipping through whatever was on Netflix, I think, or whatever like that. And he saw Uncharted, and he's like, "Oh, did you see this?" I was like, "No." And he's like, "Okay." So he's like, I mean, whatever. He's like, "Put that on, I guess." I'm not excited. I was like, "All right, yeah, we'll check this out." We couldn't even make it 3 or 4 minutes into the movie, and I was just like, "Yeah, this is not good." And he's like, "Nah, let's watch something else," because like I was just like, "This is bad." Like I don't know. This is the whole intro. I was like,
I don't even remember the intro. I watched that movie. I don't remember.
It was like kind of Drake was kind of like passed out while he was hanging from the chain of cargo.
Oh, it's the sequence from the game. Yeah, with the airplane and the cars and
Yeah,
gets thrown off the.
the thing.
Oh, that's right. That was a "How did I get here?" like flashback bullshit intro. Yeah.
It's like
I forgot that.
record scratch. Like, oh, that's me. You might be wondering how I got to this. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
No, for me that was like, I felt so much smarter than everybody in that movie. It's like, how like you're treasure hunters searching for this like lost treasure, and yet like how you guys turn around and not figure things out so quickly. I just wish it was smarter.
Let's see here. All right, let's go on some news. Other news. Peaches, Bowser's Love Ballad is officially a hit song on the Billboard Hot 100.
Yep.
So it could do it. It could do
It
best
could
original
do it.
score.
It could do it.
Please do the best original score.
Hey, Corey, that was funny, right? Like that was good.
I mean, I really did not like that storyline.
That what?
The
You didn't like that
storyline, the Bowser motivations, I was not a big fan.
What I mean, that's his motivation though. It's like true to the game.
I didn't. It was just like yeah. But I mean, Peach is a funny song.
The song. I was just talking about the song.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we've got here.
I mean, Jack Black was like the highlight.
He was absolutely 100%.
Talk about
I want to see a Bowser spin-off. Like, I do. I hope the sequel introduces Bowser Jr. and then we just get a spin-off series called Bowser.
Wait, what's
it's
the
about him
Bowser
being
game?
Fury.
Yeah.
Bowser's Fury. That's it. Call it
Yeah.
Bowser's Fury.
Yeah.
I was like, what was the game again?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's talk about Fury. Jonathan Majors in the news again. Apparently has now parted ways. We don't know exactly what happened, but parted ways with his talent manager. Entertainment 360 dropped him apparently.
Part ways for no reason, especially after certain allegations came out. Unfortunately, it's like timing wise, it doesn't seem like makes sense.
3 weeks after. We don't have much of an update from that story except for that the woman dropped the charges.
Well, did you guys see the text that they released?
Yeah, I did see that.
The texts were like not good looking. I was just like,
No.
because it was like the victim basically being like, "Oh, it was my fault. I shouldn't have touched your phone." It's like that doesn't read very well at all, dude. Like, oh man.
No, it definitely doesn't. And it's not a good look for what. Apparently, there's no talk from Marvel about recasting at this point. So
They have to be. I mean,
it has to be.
so he just got dropped. Actually, I just hold on, Jonathan Majors. He's no longer starring in the Man in My Basement movie, and cut from Texas Rangers ad campaign. So,
Wow.
not looking good. Not looking good.
He was at like the top of the mountain, and
He was in back-to-back #1 box office movies.
He like at the top.
We
and
had
then
a
he just,
freaking title after him or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
we had
our
a title
thumbnail.
1 week. Yeah, we had a title 2 weeks on the same.
Forget
thumbnail.
that he was one of our thumbnails.
Yep.
Twice.
That's the top. It's the top you
Wait.
could get.
When Corey wasn't on the podcast, I did the thumbnail for the bad news with him, and I used almost the same thumbnail again. I'm like, oh crap, Corey used this picture already, and it was a good thing.
Oh, that was the other big sign. Apparently, Ant-Man and the Wasp is now, or Quantumania is now on Video on Demand, but the cover or whatever like that, it just shows those two. There's no Kang at all on it, so it's like,
Dun dun.
dun dun dun. But whatever, fuck him if he's a piece of shit. Or even it's like, it's not like not confirmed. It's like this is like a little bit too much. Where it's like, you probably can't ignore this. You know, another like Ezra Miller situation where like you just let it go and it just becomes.
That's
You
the
don't
thing,
want it
is,
to.
like, you want to stand by the people, but you got to be able to stand by them for the right reasons.
Right reasons, yeah.
But at the end of the day, like it's don't get yourself in situations where this is a problem in the first place.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
It is tough too, because you do get people who try to take advantage of other people's fame and stuff like that. So there is a line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. But
at the same time, yeah.
the whole thing where they're like, yeah, we have evidence, we have proof, and the next thing to do is release those texts. It's like, that is not the clearing that you want to. It's not the smoking gun you think it is, or the lack of.
It's like I don't see where this clears, but all right.
It's like, I shouldn't have touched your phone, babe. It's like,
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, I don't expect Marvel to say anything until after Loki season 2 is released. So
Yeah, that already finished, wrapped. It's ready. It's coming out, so we'll see that.
it'll be pretty telling if he's there at the premiere, debut, whatever. I don't expect him.
We will see. We will see. All right, let's switch over to Star Trek news for me. I started watching Picard. I forgot to mention that. I like the first episode of the new season, the final season of Picard, which has now really gone back in my times of the Next Generation. It's come back to that more like it really has a vibe of that. But this news is actually pretty interesting because if you're a Star Trek fan, you know of Section 31. There's a whole like
Is that like Order 66?
it's like the behind the scenes manipulative secret society that's like tries to hide like negative news and it like tries to clean up things, kills people behind the scenes kind of thing. It's a bad, not a great society.
Like Illuminati?
Yeah, they're similar to that.
Sounds like it.
Scientology?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
No.
So, but Michelle Yeoh tapped to lead in Star Trek Section 31 movie for Paramount Plus. So, they're kind of like sort of like the CIA of the Star Trek, I guess is the best way to say it. So I'm psyched because she's big name obviously in the Star Trek, get her in the Star Trek universe. It's kind of exciting actually.
Mhm.
Good.
Yeah, definitely. She's riding a gold Oscar win.
Yeah, yeah.
So
An Oscar. I'm sorry, I forgot to announce her that way. Michelle Yeoh, the Academy Award winner, winning
Academy
actress.
Award winning Oscar
Yep.
winning
Oscar-winning
Yep.
actor. Let's see. And finally, the news, and this is
they do
interesting news. Last of Us Season 2 will not be restrained from the game. Constrained. Whoops. So I was reading about this. Necessarily, particular characters may have the same fates. I don't think that's the case for y'all. But I do think that they will not... Like, part 2 of this game, like Last of Us Part 2, this is not going to be next season and done. It's going to be multiple seasons.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
they said that already.
I thought they confirmed
Yeah.
it already. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're going to expand because of that. Like, Corey, your idea of like sub characters, it sounds more likely now from what I've read from this now. It sounds more like they're going to dive into parts that you didn't see in the game that they can expand upon, and that's what they're going to be doing. So your thought about it a couple of episodes ago, it seems pretty accurate. I do
You
think
gotta
for
milk
those,
it. I mean, at this point, you're just gonna milk as much as you can now. Which
yeah,
is
and
not necessarily a good thing, but it could be interesting to see.
and I do think that the comment from Craig Mazin that the team isn't beholden to the Last of Us, particularly with the characters' fates. I think that's a ploy for all of you people.
that's
Shit's still
bait. Don't take the bait.
Shit is still going to happen. It's just going to make you angry, so expect it and enjoy the show.
I just don't understand, like, anybody even, like, trying to, like, humor that thought. Like, that's
Isn't it, like,
the
the
entire
main-
motivation for the
Yes, that's what I'm
fucking
saying. Isn't the
second
main
game.
point of the game?
I mean, it's gonna happen no matter what. It's just a matter of
When, yeah.
when
in the
and
season.
like, but you're not gonna lose a specific act. I don't want to spoil, but you're not gonna lose a specific actor because of the fate.
Yeah.
You're gonna get scenes and flashbacks, and it's there. All these actors are gonna be there for a lot. It's not like
Yeah.
well, we're gonna start off and this is it, and you're never gonna see these people again.
Yep.
I see it as maybe the finale.
I'd like to see more zombies. Oh, I'm sorry. Infected.
Infected. Yes,
I mean,
I agree on that.
I don't think you do. It's not. Like,
Well, no, I know that's one of
it's
my
not
big
really,
issues.
that's
I know.
not like that kind of story.
I know it's not, but God, that was my problem.
But why?
Like,
Why? We got enough of those and other things too. You know.
I like that
Part
though.
of the world. It's still part
I think
the
yeah.
world.
I get
like
enough
to
of that
see the
trauma.
variations and stuff for sure.
I got enough of the trauma already from Walking Dead and Game of Thrones and
I really wish-
any other dystopian apocalypse, Fallout, whatever.
Well, they did say they're gonna explore the whole hive mind thing a little more. So.
Did that? Because I felt like they introduced it and it was never came up.
Well, I mean that's why when they
Yeah.
talked about expanding the show more, they're gonna expand on that more. So.
Okay. All right.
We have more news.
Lastly in the news, James Gunn tweeted out today, honored to be a part of the legacy, and what a better day than Superman Anniversary Day to dive fully into the early pre-production on Superman Legacy. Costumes, production design, and now up and running. Script is done.
So,
It's exciting.
Uh,
I know.
is it?
It's exciting.
No, it's,
It's
not.
I mean, definitely better to have the script done than be working on it while they're producing it and filming.
But,
So I
Mike-
guess that's a good thing.
Let me put it this way. Mike, would you rather have no Superman movie ever again?
yeah.
Yeah, at this point.
Oh, that's the wrong answer. I just like.
Mike's given up.
Come
He's
on,
given up.
man.
He's
Come
given
on.
up. If it's not Batman, he's not
I
interested.
don't know.
Find your hope. Find your hope. Your symbol
Well,
of
they
He's
hope.
took
not about
out
that.
of The Superman
No, yeah,
movies.
that's not there anymore.
It's coming
Yeah,
back.
It's,
It will be
it's just going to
revived.
be an S again. He's just
Mhm.
Let
just-
it.
fancy S.
Let
I mean, you
Superman
gotta
and
watch
Hope
your
is
back.
gone.
Snyder
When you
Superman
could-
was never about hope.
You had the power to save your.
He was a
father.
little bit.
No, he didn't.
No, he wasn't.
You don't
His-
do it.
Didn't want it.
He didn't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want to save
Father-
his dad. Sure.
His father was suicidal because he had a one movie contract.
Not
That's
even-
true.
Well, he
Kevin
showed
Costner.
up in the second one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
a cameo.
Well, second one I say. There was no second one. He should have been the
No.
Batman. Be Superman.
Hey guys, we're gonna do Iron Man and then Avengers. Makes total sense.
No, that was bad idea. Bad planning. So
Bad everything, but
we'll see. We'll see how the blueprint is here. I'm not praising like.
No, they did Iron Man and then they did Civil War and then they did Avengers.
Yeah, I guess that is more accurate. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. That's it on the news, folks. So that's going to wrap up the movie cast. I don't think I missed anything. No. Thank you for tuning in. Gamecast is coming up next. Once again, we are live streaming on Twitch Tuesday nights. Please join us. If you miss us live, flip over to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to our channel over there. Like that video if you're watching this on here. Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you all. We'll see you on the Gamecast. We're out.